This is part two of our teaching that we're doing from Psalm 91, talking about divine healing. And we're going to see how even in Psalm 91, divine healing provision is made for us. But there's a whole lot more besides divine healing, as we've already discussed in our first recording that we did. And so I want to encourage you to go back and listen to the first teaching that we did on this if you haven't heard it. And we're going to go through as much as we can. We won't get through today on this second session, but we will continue to go through every verse. There's actually 16 verses in Psalm 91, and there's so much provision has been made for us through our Creator Yahuah. I'm going to go back and read the first. I think I covered the first 5 verses that on our first session. So I want to go back just so we have some kind of continuity here in the reading. So I'm going to go back and start at verse 1. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahuah, He is my refuge and my fortress, my Elohim, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover me with His feathers, and under His wings shall I trust. His truth shall be my shield and buckler. I shall not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor for the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at my side, and 10,000 at my right hand, but it shall not come near me. Wow, what confidence here. What faith being spoken here. Because why? He knows who his provider is. He knows that there is provision made for him. He knows the Creator has given us His word. And when you and I recognize, in fact, that Yahuah cannot lie, that he's not a man that he should lie, and that when He tells us something, that He will watch over and perform that if we believe it and act upon it. Let me just say here right here now that there's a lot of people that just don't know, of what's in this your scriptures. They have no clue. Even believers, a lot of times, have very little knowledge or information. And Yahuah said in the book of Hosea chapter 4, and actually that book is really pronounced Hushah, is the Hebrew. Hushah is the prophet that wrote the book that we refer to as, Hosea, but that's an English made-up name. But Hushah in chapter 4, verse 6 says, "My people," now this is quoting from Yahuah, "My people, are you His people? Do you belong to Him?" He said, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." Now, He's not talking about general knowledge or natural human knowledge there. He's talking about revelation knowledge that's in the Word, in the Scriptures, that reveals to us His provisions that He's made for us. Because He said, "My people are being destroyed because they don't know." They just don't know. That's why Yahuah has anointed certain people to be able to preach and teach and expound the Word. Now, you don't have to. A person can have the Ruach teach them the Word, and He's actually teaching the Word through me. It's just a gift. And it's not for me, it's for believers. It's the gift of Yahuah, is one of the gifts that Yahuah has anointed his people with to expound the Scriptures. But it's for you and I to gain information and revelation. And I'm talking about revelation knowledge, not natural information, but I'm talking about to be able to see into the realm of the Spirit, to see what the Scriptures has to say about who we are, what provisions have been made for us through our Father, through our Creator. And so the more that you know spiritually, the more you can avoid being destroyed by the enemy. Because we do have an enemy. The Messiah, Mashiach, stated in John chapter 10, verse 10, he said, "The thief comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. I am come that you might have life, and that you might have it more abundantly." Now, right there, to me, has always been such a help to me to be able to distinguish what things are from Yahuah and what things are from the enemy. Because he said the thief comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And things that come against you and I to kill us, to destroy us, to steal from us are from Shaitan, are from Satan. But the things that give life, the scripture says in James chapter 1 verse 17, that every good and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. In other words, he doesn't change. If the scriptures declares that Yahuah is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So if Yahuah and Yahusha went about healing all that were oppressed of the devil or of Satan, of Shaitan, if we can read in the past that he healed the sick, that it was his will to heal the sick then we can assume, not only assume, but we can draw the conclusion that if he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, that if he healed then, he's the same Yahuah that will heal us today if we'll trust him and what his word declares about him being Yahuah Rapha, our healer. Oh, that's good news to know that. It's good news that I can have confidence and trust that he's faithful to his word to perform it. But see, you've got to know the word first. You've got to know, you've got to have these verses. You've got to have the understanding. You can't just take it my word for it. It has to be a personal revelation to you that you know, that you know, that you know, that you know. See, I know that I'm born from above, that I have the Ruach in me. I know that when I do leave this earth, that I'm going to be with Yahuah. Now, I don't hope so. I know so. Now, the reason I know that is I know what the word has to say. And I know I have the witness in myself. The scripture says the spirit or the Ruach bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahuah. Well, I have his word for it. I know that because of what his word declares about what he's done for me. Now, it's not based upon my own goodness or my own works, or I'm not being boastful in myself. I'm boasting in his word. I'm boasting in the confidence that I have that the promises that he's made to me and you. So I have that assurance. Well, if you can have that same assurance in regard to healing, divine healing, you'll be walking in divine healing. In other words, your body will be made well and whole because it will manifest itself throughout your body. That revelation or that understanding of that. Okay, I didn't get very far with this, so we'll have to continue on our next session. But thank you for joining us this morning, and I hope the wind isn't blowing too much for you. I know some of my paper just flew off over here. I hope the wind is not being too disruptive and you being able to hear it. Please bear with me. I enjoy doing this much better outside. Hopefully the wind's going to calm down some more before we get through. And but share this with others. Continue to let me know if you're being helped and blessed. And Yahuah loves you. I love you. Have a blessed, prosperous day in all that you do. And look forward to our next session together. Shalom.